Hey guys, are you missing out on the biggest opportunity in Google Ads history for kitchen remodeling and home improvement contractors? I'm going to tell you all about it just after this.
Are you looking for some fresh ideas to jumpstart your kitchen remodeling business? Welcome to the Crushing It with Kitchen Remodeling podcast. Your host, Michael Goldstein, founder of Kitchen Remodeling SEO, the digital marketing agency working exclusively with kitchen remodeling contractors, and also the author of the Ultimate Internet Marketing Guide for kitchen remodeling contractors, will provide insights on proven tips and strategies from top experts in this space so that you can take advantage of industry best practices. Your host, Michael Goldstein. Join Mike as he shares his knowledge each week with an insightful interview or educational segment about how to turn your online marketing efforts into more kitchen remodeling leads and sales opportunities than ever before.
Hey kitchen contractors, this is Mike, and I've been doing online marketing for home improvement companies for years. But I got to tell you, recently, Google announced the biggest change in their paid advertising program ever. And that's really never happened before. It's called call-only ads. And it's really just changed everything for the better. In this video, I'm going to show you what these changes are and how they're going to impact your business, and how you can take advantage of them to really optimize your conversions. And in fact, we have some of our clients who are doubling, if not tripling, their conversion rate with this new technique called call-only ads. So basically, Google just launched these call-only ads, and they're already generating big results, like I said, in the kitchen and bathroom modeling companies across the country. So Google's call-only ads, basically they're only seen by searchers who are using mobile phones on Google. And what happens essentially is that when someone goes to Google and they search for something, and they get they're going to get a result. And on the very top are your Google ads. Then under that, you're going to have, if it's a local search, the local 3-pack, the map, and under that, the organic. But those Google ads right on top, first thing that you see. And the cool thing about these ads are that they only appear for people who are on a mobile phone. So if you're on an iPhone, if you're on an Android, and you're searching on Google, it gives you the opportunity to shortcut the whole process, to not worry about going to a landing page. If you want to talk to someone, you can talk to them right now. And in fact, the way that the text is set up is the text actually, you can set that up to really talk to people specifically about that phone call. And what you're going to do is you're really going to get to people who, quite frankly, are ready to make that purchase. They're not someone who's just thinking for the first time, geez, I'd sure like to see a download plan, or I like to download a kitchen planning guide. They're not wondering about, what colors or what type of material might they want to consider. They're ready to get moving, and they're ready to actually talk to somebody. They're not looking to do online research. They're looking to talk to you, to a kitchen designer, to a kitchen remodeler, figure out what they can do, when they can get started, how much it's going to cost, and that's just huge in the pay-per-click industry, because really it's powerful in that you are able to target people, and you're going to convert on people who want to speak to you today. They don't want to fill out a form. They don't want to wait for someone to get back to them. They don't want to be put on a list. So really what happens with this is that the Google ad copy simplifies these connections with these Google call-only features and encourages users to essentially call you right away. And call-only ads have the business phone number, the business name, very, very short copy, prominently, because about 40% of mobile searchers are gonna, they're likely to close a sale using, the mobile device that they're on right then and there. They're not looking for a back and forth email campaign. They're looking for that human interaction. And particularly in today's age of this, pandemic and post-pandemic, hopefully soon enough we'll be in, people are, they still are not ready all the time to go into a showroom. They're certainly not ready to have someone come into their home. Many of them are, many of them aren't. But the bottom line is, excuse me. Sorry. But the bottom line is that, people, they do want to have that instant communication. And whether it's going to be a one-on-one on Zoom, or on, a one-on-one on Skype. Do we still use Skype? I don't know, or FaceTime, or whether it's just a phone or whether it's a phone call. then these Google at call only ads are great. And not only are they really good for phone calls, but you can actually tag them so that they work with FaceTime directly. So you can have that video call right then and there. Now, of course, the downside to this is you have to be ready to take that call. But if you have somebody in your showroom, if you have an answering service, even just someone who can answer a live person and then can patch it over to you right away, you're able to really tap into the desire of the searcher right then and there. So that's really big. And let's just talk about some of the features that this does, because these are really the key reasons that these call only ads work. And not only do they work really well, by the way, but one of the things that I found in my business is that the cost per impression and the cost per click is significantly less with these call only ads than with a more general ad that's sending someone to a lead form or to a landing page. And the reason for that is because it's a specifically targeted audience of people on specific devices. But really, I mean, Google call only ads, they help consumers who prefer to speak with a knowledgeable and friendly person instead of, combing through a bunch of content. These are not people who want to read your website, quite frankly. These are not people who want to go to your landing page. It saves time. They can find out what they need to know, without hunting for answers online, without going to, all the, to the Home and Gardens and going to Home Depot and then and then talking to you and 15 of your competitors. They just want to get right to the source of it. They want to talk to somebody right then and there. And it helps them really feel empowered by their buying decision, because really, instead of ads that put pressure for quick sales or services that they don't need, they're not being put through this long funnel. Rather, they're able to talk to a person right up front. And that's something that really speaks volumes to the consumers, which is why we're seeing such great conversions on these. It provides immediate value, just because, how should I say this? So many users really that click on call only ads, like I said, they're ready to let the business sell to them. They're not in the research phase. And a statistic that I actually read recently, let me just look this up here. Right. So about 60% of users, they prefer to call a service provider and have a real conversation about the sale. Think about that, 60%. So more than half of the people who are going to get somebody in their home do not want to fill out a form. They want to talk to you. So call only Google ads, they provide that opportunity. Beyond that, they provide some really valuable data, which is we are able to tell where somebody's calling from. We're able to tell which ad they called from right away. So we know if we're A/B testing two different offers, we know which offer they're calling on as soon as we answer the phone. We're certainly able, obviously, to track the phone number, so we now can put them through a lead nurture sequence, and even a text-based sequence or a Facebook Messenger sequence. If we can't make the sale right there, or at least if we can't schedule them for a design consultation, which is typically, that's the goal here. But the data that we're able to collect, it really contributes to, personalized marketing strategies, and we're able to reach our target audience just more effectively, and not only that, but it helps us put together our target avatar, who is our perfect candidate. And it's just so critical that you're able to convert at a higher rate, because Google ads are expensive enough. I mean, let's face it. I mean, you could be spending, upwards of $45, $50 a lead. And sure, maybe, if we're doing full blown kitchen remodeling and we're spending, somewhere in the ballpark of, or excuse me, we're generating somewhere in the ballpark of, $20,000 to $100,000, $50 a lead isn't so bad. But, there are those of you who are in the cabinet replacing industry. There are those of you who are more general handymen. And that is a big number. And beyond that, if you're going to put out, $50, you can put out $100, depending on the market trend. If you're in New York City, if you're in Los Angeles, in Chicago, in Miami, I mean, you're ad costs are just so much higher than, if you're in a small town. This is a way to really get the cost down and to get to people who are ready to talk to you. Because the biggest complaint that we have at Kitchen Remodeling SEO is always from our clients. You're getting tons of people to our site. We're getting tons of people, to go through the landing page and to click on the ads, but they're just not converting. They're not signing up for that consultation. And why aren't they? Because the only thing that's pushing them into it is maybe a video on your landing page, the form that's sitting there, and they don't know what they're going to get for that. So unless you've got that lead magnet that they really want, if you got that planning guide, but I mean, what if they're not in the research stage? The planning guide doesn't do a lot. A lot of people, frankly, they don't want to watch case studies and watch your testimonials of all the happy customers and walking through their new kitchens. Don't get me wrong. I would say more people want to see that than don't, but there are so many that don't. The best way to get them in for that consultation is to talk to them right at the get-go. I mean, you guys are professional salespeople. You are professional kitchen remodelers. You know the craft. You've spent years honing your craft. And when you're able to speak to someone, it's a whole lot easier to convey that to them. More importantly than that even is the fact that you don't want them going to 5 or 6 other websites. The minute they actually talk to a human being, that's the person they're going to schedule the consultation with. So that's why it's so important. And there's a lot of other opportunities within Google Ads. There's a lot of other, we can talk about retargeting. We can talk about, demographics. We can talk about, ad extensions and call extensions and local extensions and all of this stuff. But at the end of the day, I mean, what we're really trying to do is we're trying to get the most qualified candidate to see the ad, to take an action, and then we want to convert them from a prospect to a sale. And that's what call ads are really helping do. So if you found this useful, or you'd like just to get a little bit more information about Google Call Ads, then really give me a call anytime at 339-645-9461. Check us out online at kitchenremodelingseo.com. I love to talk to people. I love just to find out what's happening in the industry. I mean, all we do is market in the kitchen and bath remodeling industry. So we're in this day in, day out. We're at all the national kitchen bath association conventions and whatnot. But I mean, there's nothing better to me than talking to people in the trenches and finding out what's working for you, what isn't, and maybe we can help you find an opportunity that there might be. So anyways, again, my name is Mike Goldstein. I am with Kitchen Remodeling SEO, and this has been the Crushing It with Kitchen Remodeling podcast.